Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls. And my shirt is driving me crazy. I cannot get it to sit properly and hang correctly. One side is, it just keeps hanging like this or some such with my collar uneven. It's driving me nuts. Anyway, though, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day. It is 7:04 a.m. on Saturday, the 26th of May. I am still wheezy and out of breath because of all the pollen in the air. The Scotch broom pollen, there's so much of it outside, it's piling up on the sidewalks. There's stacks of, just piles of yellow. If you look on the sidewalk, it's everywhere. The pollen is it's gathering up on the sidewalks. Oh, it's just awful. Yay. Past that though, there's no hamster out here this morning. I had Boogle out at first. I didn't have a pocket, so she was up on my shoulder, but she started getting pretty wild. And then I had her up on my hand, and then she leaped, made a jump and went whee down onto the floor, and I had to pick her up, and she was just really freaked out. So I started putting her into her cage, and she leaped out of my hand and then just scrabbled quickly inside of her house. So for some reason, she's just really panicked today. So, sorry, no Boogle. She's a little sweetheart, but she's also really panicked. And especially after she fell onto the floor, she was freaked out. But normally she's not freaked out when she falls onto the floor, but she went whee, bounced off my keyboard and then onto the floor. So it was like, holy smokes. So hopefully she's not going to keep trying to kill herself. Hopefully she's going to not keep trying to kill herself. Here's hoping. Oh, my nose. My apologies. The sinuses. Yeah, there's so much sinuses outside. There's so much pollen outside. My sinuses are just flowing freely. So my apologies. I'm probably going to be sticking my fingers in my nose a few times. Yay. I don't really have a ton to talk about. I've thought about a whole bunch of things. And when I went on my walk last night, because I walked to the post office and then just crisscrossed around town quite a bit, I was thinking of things, and hopefully I'll remember them, but until I do. So yesterday I did fall asleep a few times, and that was terrible and depressing. I didn't fall asleep a huge amount of times. In fact, the worst one was when I woke up at midnight in my chair here. So that was fun. So it was like, quickly getting stuff together so I can get to bed. Because it isn't restful sleep when I fall asleep in this chair. I'm falling asleep from exhaustion, but it doesn't recharge you when you're falling asleep in a situation like this. It's not refreshing, fulfilling sleep. You've got to be lying down and actually comfortable for that. That's the only way to get refreshing sleep. So, yay. But I stayed in bed an extra hour today. It was like 6-something before I got up. Not incredibly late, but I woke up, my back hurting, and I just said, no, I'm not getting up yet. I'm not getting up. And so I just stayed in bed, and it wasn't uncomfortable. It was pleasant enough. I finally did get out of bed a little after 6 because, number one, I wanted to wake up to get this done. And number two, I got up because my back was hurting. It had been hurting, but still. No reason to just lay in bed when you're hurting. Oh yes, as a minor aside, I tweeted about this yesterday. You see, on my tests, I had my ultrasound. My right kidney is swollen. It's not draining quickly enough, and so it's getting a backlog, and so it's swelling, and that's not healthy. Well, I don't take my diuretic, which is, your water pill. It gets rid of the fluid in your body. I don't take my diuretic all the time. I'm supposed to take a 40 milligram furosemide, if you've heard of Lasix. It's a very standard diuretic. But I'm supposed to take 40 milligrams of that twice a day. But I don't really need to take it that often because I don't retain fluids that much because my activity level's up higher. Now that I'm walking so much, it do help keep the fluids flowing through my body so they don't just accumulate in my lower extremities, my legs, because they do. But I'm just not able to keep it flowing enough, and so for like 2 or 3 days, my right foot was very painful inside of my shoe because it just was really tight. My insanely delicate skin, I have to put my shoes on really loosely. Otherwise, if they're just a little bit of pressure on the tops of my feet and the pain, I can't take it. So I got to keep my shoes really loose. And so yesterday morning, I took a diuretic tablet. And with the number of times I had to go downstairs and how full my bladder was each time, it was a good half gallon or more that I drained out of my system there. That was a lot of extra fluid. That's no wonder my kidneys are complaining. Ugh. Unfortunately, I burnt out, and I've said this before, but you know, there's always new people and people forget things. I forget stuff, so I burnt out my lymph system in my lower legs. I kept getting cellulitis, which is an infection in your skin. And I just kept, I mean, literally, I would get it and end up in the hospital, and then 2 or 3 months later, I'd get it again and end up in the hospital. I mean, I was on IV antibiotics each time at the end, near death. It was kind of touch and go the last couple times I've had it, whether or not I was actually going to survive. So it's a heavy-duty infection. I mean, I went septic fast. And when you go septic, it used to be just didn't matter. Healthy, sick, if you went septic, 70% chance you were going to die. That's just because that's your blood is infected and sick and sludgy and filled with pus. Thumbs up. So I've gone septic a couple times because of my cellulitis. Now it's gone up higher. Now it's not just a 30% survival chance. I think it's like 50 or 60% survival now. So, thumbs up. But I got cellulitis so many times, and the last time I had cellulitis, my lymph nodes in my legs were just right up on your inner thigh, right in your groin. You have a whole patch of lymph nodes on your inner thighs. It looked like somebody had taken an iron and just seared the flesh on my inner thighs black on both sides. The lymph nodes were just black with infection. Oh my God, it was horrible. And since that time, I mean, it was just, you know, more straws on the camel's back. My lymph system in my lower legs is almost non-existent. Now, your lymph system does a couple things. It fights infections and stuff like that, and also it drains your fluids. Like if you've got your regular blood vessels for your big amount of fluids, but there's also your lymph system, which moves like the interstitial fluid between cells to keep it flowing through your body so it doesn't just accumulate in one place. Well, I no longer really have a functioning system like that in my lower legs because that burnt out. So it functions a little bit, and I thought I'd been doing okay, but especially with how much urine came out of me yesterday with just one diuretic tablet, holy smokes, I gotta take that at least once a week, probably 2 or 3 times a week if I want to keep my kidneys healthy. Holy smokes. Yay. I already take one medication that's for my kidneys. It's actually a blood pressure medication, but in really small doses, it just helps your kidneys work better. And I have to take the smallest dose they have and then snap it in half so that I can take a half dose just to keep my kidneys functioning better. And now I've got to make sure I take the Lasix on top of that to make sure my kidneys are functioning well and properly. Everything seems to be fine. I mean, my blood test results and urine test results were great. They were awesome. My blood urea and nitrogen is fine. Everything is good. It's just my kidneys swollen. So on Monday, I'm going to call up my doctor and ask her for her interpretation of my results of my test, because hopefully it's not pain up here because of anything horrible happening in my intestinal tract. I finally got a call from somebody. They took a whole bunch of information from me to go out into the countryside, because you can either get stuff done straight through the VA, or they have a budget, because there's such a backlog, that they can contact people out in the community and contract you to go to them instead. You still don't pay for it, the VA pays for it, it's just it gets it done faster, it's out in the civilian world. So they're going to contact me, and we're going to get an appointment made so that they can stuff a tube up my backside and take a look at the insides of my intestinal tract. Your large colon. They can't check out your small intestine. That one is more of a hassle. Now though, they have these pills that you can take, and it's got a little camera, and it can check out your intestinal tract after you swallow it. That's good, because there's really no way to get a camera into your small intestine. It's way up too high, and it's way too long. I mean, your lower intestine is like, what, 6-7 feet long, because it curls up inside of you, but your small intestine are, what, like 20-30 or more feet? I mean, we're lucky now when they stuff a tube up your backside to take a look at your insides. Now they've got all these nice little bendy tubes. They never used to have nice little bendy tubes. They were hard sticks, and if they needed to take a look up inside of you and get around a corner, they needed to shove the thing, not just tear you up inside, but they had to still push the thing, and it would straighten out your inside so he could get around the corner. Ow. So yeah, I like the snaky tubes that they can use to go up inside of you much better. It's still painful and awful, but that's okay. It's good for you to have somebody stick a tube up your backside. It actually is. I mean, like I say, the first time I had it done, 2006, 7? Well, it wasn't the first time. I had it done when I was in the Air Force too. But when I had it first time done, you know, after several decades, they did remove 3 precancerous polyps. So if they hadn't removed those, of course, they would have become cancerous, and I would have been dead by this time. So thank goodness they snipped those out. That's why we're going to take a look, and hopefully it's nothing like that up inside there. Hopefully it is just a pinched nerve or a chronic injury from a torn muscle. That would be good. I mean, not good. I don't want it to be good, but it's better than, like, cancer. I'm not really worried that it's cancer, but I am worried that it's something. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? And referred pain, I mean, it could be that kidney complaining. Referred pain is just, especially this is really big in your abdomen. Quite often, where you feel pain is not what hurts. Referred pain is just, it hurts where the pain actually isn't. You might be hurting up here, but it's something in your lower left that is the actual issue, but it hurts up here. Or it hurts up here in your chest, but your issue is something down here. Referred pain. That happens everywhere in your body. There's some people that, you know, I don't know if you've ever been like this. I've got the weird little odd things. You can bump your elbow or some part of your body, and you feel it otherwise on other parts of your body. That's kind of the same thing. And hey, I've got an Amazon wish list if you could check that out. You don't have to, of course, but it's if you could support me in any way without actually spending money, that'd be awesome. It's got light and fluffy stuff, and it's got heavy duty stuff. I don't really expect anyone to buy the heavy duty stuff, but there's options. So if you want to check that out, that'd be very cool. You do not have to, of course. Please do not feel obligated to even look at it, but it's got stuff like hamster food on it too. So very cool. Thank you very, very much. And I am partnered with Humble Bundle, so very, very cool. If you could check those out, if you like to purchase software, they're a great service. And the best thing I think about that is they actually give money to charity. Now, if you use my link to purchase something, you can also determine on a slider how much you'd like to send back to me. So that's kind of cool as well. Now, I do use their service. I am subscribed to the Humble Bundle monthly. Thumbs up for that. Very, very cool. And of course, do not feel obligated, but if you like to buy software, Humble Bundle is really cool. They have good bundles and a good store, and it's, like I say, I use their service as well. So definitely thumbs up. I am finally a paid sponsor for the service, so thumbs up for that. Now I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people because I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward. But for right now, I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. So a good comment, bad comment, indifferent comment. The fact is you left a comment. Thank you so very, very much. It is a range because I get lost, even though I count in ASL on the fingers of my left hand. So calling up Chrome, here we are. We have Mary Adachi, thank you very, very much. And Blondage X, thank you. Brian Glenn, greatly appreciate it. K7K Day, thank you very much. And 3 AM, greatly appreciated. Natty Lythan, thank you very, very much. Mr. Kumanmitewat, there, so that I could actually have it not get me age restricted. And Fathotanwet? I'm not sure about that one at all. Hopefully I'm close. Thank you very, very much. Kathy Kit's Cat, greatly appreciated. Gabavelli Luyan, thank you very, very much. Starboy Nash Vlog Inspiration Ramroop, how about that? Thank you very, very much. Thomas S, greatly appreciated. Garrett Myers, thank you. And Mama Chell, thank you very, very much for the commenting. Donald Grumpf, greatly appreciated. Lucky X Bands, thank you. Spider FX, greatly appreciated. And Atlanta Santa, heck of a name. Rhythm Zero, thank you very, very much. Anthony Ornelas, thumbs up and thank you. And Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Valdemar Ropke, I sure hope I'm close. Random Crybaby, thank you very, very much. And who? And last but not least, Fabian Haberthauer. Thank you all so very, very much. Greatly appreciated. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Thank you so very, very much. It's becoming a better landscape behind these eyes. It's not as dire and grim. It's going to be a lifelong journey out of the dark, deep forest of the depths. But my life is nothing special. I mean, everybody's life is terrible. My life is just my life. I only know about it most firsthand. So, I mean, nobody's life is good. I'm just an average guy. I'm just a guy who is just, my life is no more worse or no more better than anyone else's. And in fact, in many ways, it's better. I mean, I outlived my wife, so my life is no better, no worse than anybody else's. So just hang in there, and it's life. If you could check out my various links, I got Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+. That'd be awesome if you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people. That would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes. I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be cool. I would understand if you don't want to, but if you are down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal, well, end of my time anyway. I'm 55 and hopefully I'll live to 74. That'd be cool. That's about, well, counting this one, that's 19 summers. I'd like more, but hopefully not less. Well, hopefully I've got a reaction video coming up. Hopefully a game video for this channel. Hopefully a game video for my game channel. If we could get my game channel monetized, that would be awesome. I'm like only a third of the way there. You know, there's people that have just started up their game channels 2 weeks ago. They're already like 3 times further close to being monetized than I am. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing. Just be careful in the heat, but exercise, get rest, and have a very good day. Thumbs up for that.